duly and respectfully observed. First of all, I would like to use this opportunity to send my profound gratitude and appreciation to my team at UAid Foundation Gambia for coming up with this wonderful event, despite the financial challenges we have to endure along the line. So before going further, I would like you to give a round of applause to the UAid Foundation team present here today. So basically, I would also like to give a background information of UAid Foundation Gambia. UAid Foundation Gambia is a registered civil society organization that was formed in September 2020 with the purpose of empowering younger women and adolescent girls in both local communities and schools in the Gambia through menstrual health and hygiene promotion and sexual and reproductive health. It was registered on February 2021 and incorporated under the Companies Act 2013 as a non-profit. UAid Foundation Gambia, our theory of change keenly focus on parents, teachers, and the students. This is the more reason why we want to bring this celebration to the local community level to ensure parents, the teachers, and the students are all included in this beautiful gathering to celebrate this very important day. This year we partner with Medical. Medical is an online initiative providing free health consultation to underprivileged patients across African countries and of course including the Gambia. I would like you to give a round of applause to Medical for their service as well. Okay, now looking at the theme of the year, making menstruation a normal fact of life by 2030. It is a big challenge upon every single one of us to ensure we work together to realize these great goals and objectives that was set up by the Menstrual Health Global Committee or things or people that are working around the area. So it is a very big task upon everybody to ensure we work together to promote menstrual hygiene and ensure we achieve whatever we want to achieve by at least 2030. This is a very big job for each and every single one of us, and I believe we are fully ready to take up this responsibility to ensure we work on these ideas to help women and girls, not only in the Gambia but across the African continent. Menstrual hygiene is fundamental to the dignity and well-being of every woman and girl. It is an important part of basic hygiene, sanitation, and reproductive health services, to which they all have right to. But unfortunately, at least more than 500 million women and girls globally lack adequate facilities for menstrual hygiene management. Moreover, the taboos and stigma attached to menstruation lead to overall culture of silence around the topic, resulting to limited information on menstruation and menstrual hygiene. Now, growing research shows that girls' inability to manage their menstruation in school results to school absenteeism, which in turn has severe economic cost on their lives and that of their country. Given the multiple challenges women and girls face, it is evident that promoting menstrual hygiene management is not only a sanitation matter, but it is also an important step towards safeguarding dignity, bodily integrity, and overall life opportunity for women and girls. As we celebrate this year under the theme Making Menstruation a Normal Fact of Life by 2030, there are a lot of challenges women and girls are confronted with regards to menstruation. Such challenges include but not limited to stigmatization, discrimination, myths, and misconceptions attached to menstruation by our negative social norms or by our negative societal norms. These challenges adversely expose women and girls to challenges such as anxiety, depression, confusion, low self-esteem, infection, and even death at some instances. It is our responsibility as a society, through our concerted efforts, to provide access to information and social support to women and girls in a bid to overcome menstrual health challenges and help them realize their full potentials. Finally, we encourage the government and the policymakers to lift tax on menstrual health products to make it readily available and accessible to every menstruating woman and girls, including persons with disability. So I would like to welcome you all officially to this commemoration. You all sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of our important programs. Thank you very much for all being here.
Masala. I acknowledge the presence of the team members of UAid and most importantly the media. You're all welcome to our program and we are glad to have all of you here. As I said earlier, I am Maria Masala, the PRO of UAid Foundation. Today is a very important day for us because it is a day that is set aside for us all to remember or to discuss about menstrual hygiene, which is a part that UAid Foundation is working on. It means this day is solely our day. Menstrual Hygiene Day is an international awareness day celebrated on the 28th of May every year to highlight the importance of good menstrual hygiene management for all women and girls. Menstrual hygiene management is essential for health, well-being, and dignity for women and girls. It is also important in achieving gender equality and breaking the cycle of poverty. On this day, we raise awareness about the challenges women and girls face due to their menstruation and the importance of good menstrual hygiene management. Menstrual Hygiene Day is important. It's an important day to raise awareness about the challenges women and girls face due to their menstruation. At UAid Foundation, we are committed to complementing government's effort in attaining the Sustainable Development Goals by empowering younger women and girls, adolescent girls in both schools and communities in the Gambia through menstrual and sexual reproductive health projects. Part of our programs and interventions include school outreach programs, community engagement with parents, online advocacy in an effort to provide access to information and social support to our project beneficiaries who are younger women and girls. We are present in 7 regions in the Gambia with regional coordinators facilitating our projects in the regions of CRR, URR, NBR, and LRR. Since inception, we benefited over 1,500 young women and adolescent girls through our school projects to promote and enhance menstrual health and hygiene management. We believe that our efforts will help reduce the rate of school absenteeism and enable girls reach their full potentials. We also believe inclusivity is key in changing the narratives. Therefore, we also work with schools of persons with disability and promote the concept in those schools. And that is why today we have some of the students in our host who are from Gatco, a school in Birkama, led by their coordinator, and we are glad to have them here because we believe that we should not only concentrate on a particular sector of the community, but we want to include everybody in what we do. And that is why we have different categories of people here. And you can see some of them are here in our midst because disability is not inability. At UAid Foundation, we raise awareness on the challenges women and girls face due to their menstruation. We we promote the use of safe and sustainable menstrual hygiene products and also practices. We also encourage people to talk openly about menstruation and break the stigma and taboos associated with it. We also advocate to access to menstrual hygiene management services and products for all women and girls. At UAid Foundation, we believe promoting menstrual health is everyone's business in order to change the negative concepts attached to menstruation. So thank you all for being part of this program, this important program to raise awareness on menstrual health and hygiene management. We are glad to have all of you here. Thank you.
And also boys, because if you look at it in our homes and in schools, it's not just girls. We have boys, we have our brothers, and we grow up, we get married to men. So it is also essential for men to have an understanding that this is a natural phenomenon that women pass through. This is what happened, this is what is expected, these are the supports we need. We look at menstruation, when you look at the past, we have a lot of stigma being associated with menstruation. Girls do not feel confident to openly talk about menstruation. Some girls they have to pass through instances where they've been regarded deaf simply because they are menstruating. And this is necessary for our reproduction because we are women. We produce babies. Like the ovaries that we have, they release hormones. These hormones are released, which are the estrogen and progesterone. These are what builds up in our womb and the uterus. And when a fertilized egg is there and it mixes up with the sperm, this is what produces babies. So you see, it is very, very relevant. For my case, I'll use a case scenario here. When I was young, when I was in primary school, before getting to junior school, I've already had this conversation with my mother that you will get to a stage as a woman, you will see your menstruation, you will bleed, it's normal. But this is what I have to do. These are the changes that I'll see in my body. I will need to take some hygiene steps. I will need to make sure that, okay, I use sanitary pads, not just to ensure that I'm clean, but also to protect myself from infection. We have urinary tract infections. Sometimes, although in rare cases, people have cervical cancer because of when they're not clean during these times, and also to reduce the body odors and make people comfortable. We have situations where girls come to school, but because they're in their menses, they miss out on lessons. And this is not their fault. So I think the awareness raising and also the education should continue in our schools, in our communities, in the conversation that we have, even if it's like a conversation between two people, because the person you're educating will also go back to a home, and that home is in a community, the community is in a country, and that is how we keep on educating one another. We need to understand that as parents, as teachers, as peers, that our fellow girls and women go through menstruation. And when this happens, there are times that you have mood swings, you're easily irritated, you have headaches, you have cramps here and there, and all this make people feel uncomfortable. There are instances I don't go to work because I'm uncomfortable. You need pain relief to adjust with the pain, because sometimes it's very, very painful. So the moment we normalize this fact that menstruation is a part of life, that is when we will have proper menstrual management, hygiene management. That is when we have people come in and also contribute to what others are doing, like what UAid is doing right now, and what other individuals are doing, those that are doing pad drives, what other organizations are doing. It is everyone's opportunity, everyone's responsibility rather. We come together, we collaborate our responsibilities. Wherever we go, we try to educate people, raise more awareness. There are certain communities that where we come from, it might not be every day that people get to hear about menstruation. It might not be everyone that gets the opportunity to learn about menstruation. But we are very, very lucky today to be here as young people and as parents to know what menstruation is all about, what are the things that are surrounding menstruation, what is expected of us as women and girls, what do we need to do to make sure that we have a comfortable and also a healthy menstrual cycle. So I will implore all of you, when you go back, you have siblings, let us do away with the stigma, the discrimination that are associated with menstruation. Let us start talking about it. Let's discuss it so that it can get to other people that are yet to hear about this pertinent information about menstruation. Before I conclude on my speech right now, I would also like to say a few things in Mandinka. I believe we have parents here. So you would have salon wala dinu wa hakula muso ka ko mi ana ka menstruation ke fengale mi ana ko muso musungu do sungudo mostly nka ta kon la puru ka coming faye pour ya pour esma lo ko yana dinu so wala nata ke so ko me ba ko kan dingol kanandi ni na tan fan fana yi ni karo ke comme ngana kuro je nyenna ka muneke pour ka fonga senandi anen pour ka fonga tanka manyana ki bay wala ka tan ko nyum ko dum ya ko mayna ka kacha akuma ta ba ka ning dinwal ning alfarman kacha to mando bi jebi ta banta ene mole kacha min ya ko ita kuma kendo ko min be na fa ita wulula ni ajo coming ima londo su da karola say ni ne fele ja organisation min ya lan ko bi ina ta jam ina ba kacha kan pour salon comme menstruation alandara kuolo akumata kuria ko dinu wala inyana nyine kera ni be menstruation la inyana ka sai ka funtoli use pa ngaja da ko le wando modol bu kaso kuno sai funtoli je kamin da ka use ya semendi comme wado mo ko le alcool so je bala di mol ten inyana me understand sa borol di pen kila mi ko ka dindu wal mako akumata ba ka tan ni ko fana ni fta ngin state to ila balu ko na nining ke o pasta esa dimos kono soko sungutu ne mera ante be karamura kumaro ke karandi bi mube salander kuti je ban ni kacha kono fahamu ko ke wala kono ala kumara ba ke ni ala ba. I thank you all for your kind attention.
As we know, menstrual hygiene is a very key factor, and I'm very happy today that I'm seeing guys here being included, because at time I feel bringing everybody on board is a very key factor to achieving that. Because I believe what at times makes it a taboo is the fact that most of us men, we don't have a good understanding of what our sisters, our wives are going through. So that and not normalizing it makes it difficult for them to even start to talk about it. So it's a very good step to make sure that not only the girls are aware of this, but the boys are also aware as well. So thank you again. I'll tell you briefly also about Medical, which is an organization that aims to achieve health for all in Africa. We are mainly online, and we are free. So you can just anytime go to our website medical.com, and you put in your details, your complaints, your concerns, and then you'll be scheduled to a particular doctor who we feel can best address your issues. And the main objective for us is we have realized, looking at the population we have and the ratio of the doctors, the patient to doctor ratio is very high. You see one doctor meaning at time seeing 2,000 patients, which makes it inefficient and also not very productive, not very helpful for the patient and the doctor as well. So we want to build a team where we can have doctors help online from where there are excesses, so that we can at least see as many people as possible. Also, what we aim for, we be free, so we want to at least cut the cost for patients, both transportation wise, going to the hospital and having to pay. And also how that helps is, some people you get to get a preliminary diagnosis and a preliminary treatment for some of the non-complicated issues, which we can be able to tell you online that this is what you have. Or even if you have, some patients have been seen in the hospital and treated, and because of the workload, sometimes they don't get to understand their condition. So when you come to us, you schedule an appointment, we link you one of the doctors, and they can discuss with you further what you are going through, so that because an understanding of your condition goes a great way to curing you and to making you comfortable. And also the issue of confidentiality. because of some of the things that we go through, like this menstrual health. Some people don't feel comfortable going to the hospital to talk to a doctor because of the stigma around it and a couple of other diseases. So from the comfort of your home, you can see a doctor where you get somebody to talk to in private, and your privacy is respected, make you understand your condition, make you feel comfortable, and maybe going forward you can have that comfort to maybe go out and seek further help. So we are trying as much as possible. For now, we are starting to have an influx of patients in Gambia coming with us who would like to see as many patients as possible. And just visit our website, book an appointment, and we're more than happy to help you to discuss any of your concerns that you might have. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the UAid team, for having us here. And the students, don't take this for granted. Learn as much as you can from this, and never be ashamed to talk about your condition with anyone, with your parent, or any of the seniors you have around you. Know that they're all there for you, and everybody is here to help you and trying to make you feel comfortable. So if you have anything happening in your body that you feel like you don't understand, seek help from a parent or a senior, and never be ashamed to do that. Thank you.
A privilege to grace this occasion. And then I'm saying thank you very much for sending me that wonderful invitation, or to cast spotlight on dates that are going to be remembered throughout. This is indeed a good trajectory if we can have young, energetic individuals who are so passionate to venture or to delve into activities that I'm going to highlight: health education. Single-handed, I am not going to pinpoint menstrual hygiene. If we talk about menstruation, is reproductive health. Reproductive health is the wealth of the nation, should not be neglected. So I thank UAid Foundation for taking up a platform to diversify the norms and also gather information to approach the community in shaping the younger generations. Okay, UAid Foundation, this is indeed a phenomenal approach. To develop a nation is not to build the structures, it's not to build infrastructures, it's to equip the younger generation with what? Is to educate them, empower them, make them believe what they have in their thoughts. Perception is the best way to use to develop a nation. Menstruation is a natural phenomenon, and then we are health workers. We are working in facilities where we've seen a lot of complications from where? Reproductive health, infertility, urinary tract infections. These are things that affect a lot of younger generations. And then we cannot do health education, we cannot do menstrual hygiene and advocacy, or inculcation of the ideas of menstrual hygiene into the young ones without involving other stakeholders. Indeed, it is a national responsibility. It is time to involve 100%. It is time to accept the realities of nature. It is time to say, yes, I want to change the way I think. I want to be ready to accept people who have the ideas, who have the strategies, or who will inculcate a very wonderful knowledge that is going to impact something positive in the way I live. These are young ladies. I think prevention is better than a cure. So if we are to have an organization like UAid Foundation to help to shape the younger generations, then it is incumbent upon every individual, being a male or female, to take part. Health of a nation is wealth of a nation. Bankota fankamayanola, ning asaku banko manjara kende asoro. Nyimmo kule de miyalanko, mba UAid Foundation tentulambe jahila jaralos da koleata bakele adon tolla nyin dandangala jam mbika wuli kala leptanol to walla mbika wuli ka mol jamini ka jaralo ke funding ara ko kolya ko latanka so ngamin foto babo kan wala wolon ko tankaro wala soneata asatara ko ita fen soto no la je ning ara ko funding kel mi ko yesi so kongon ka lo dinkrato kaje ko mi ka banko la jaga tende official ning ara ko nyimma nyama wala ñu dika fundi molu kan ila dandangol to kara karampungol to ka dinniwolu telendi jara kende aka membe sujiring kuroni yere jela tubabol ka fa mensuration ñum mo fenne dum yama alandara kuolom so sa kada nga karam ñimmolu bulu mi e fon sasi ka de ko dinniwolu ñi makoy ka tandila ko ñi yelo na boda senya ñamin bala o fana na tarambulo long senya fengol ibe mini fana tala ke use o fana na tarambulo long o senya fengol fana faynya na tarambulo long ani mim fan wardo fan be kono isa son ka long ko nyinten kurante nyimmu haramadi wala alandara koti mi ala babada ala fan bulu andu nyin nabat la jela fo jande ala ba kun ka bon bala so wo sama nyin nyanda bala bulu dal fana bulle. And then I will give some recommendations from the UAid Foundation. Phenomenal after your work. I am deeply happy to see you step into health education in the younger generation. Both tribal means to at least develop notes that are going to be inculcate into the curriculum of the school, the younger generations, their school curriculums, so that we will be able to do a greater impact. And then, Seattle Mami Diabla is too much, but we cannot explain everything here. And then I am privileged to be here. I am honored to be here. And then thank you very much for these wonderful invitations. I thank the media fraternity, all other stakeholders present, the students, and all other dignitaries. Thank you very much.
Prideful day for me as a young lady and a woman. And someone told me, Pachan, menstruation is not the problem. Hygiene is the problem. Today is an opportunity for us to speak up and raise awareness about the importance of good menstrual hygiene. The health and hygiene of girls should be the goal to work for. Menstrual hygiene is important for the well-being and dignity of individuals who menstruate, and this day highlights the importance of proper menstrual hygiene practices such as clean and safe menstrual products and maintaining personal hygiene and managing menstrual discomfort effectively. Many low-income communities do not have access to affordable and hygiene menstrual products, and today as advocates, we aim to improve that and also increase the knowledge of young people when it comes to menstrual hygiene and management. This day also stresses on the importance of acquiring good knowledge about our body, menstrual cycle, and reproductive health, which means to progress menstruation as a biological process so that people can menstruate without being excluded, feeling fear or shame, without being treated differently or exposed to greater vulnerabilities. Periods are not bad, but poor menstrual hygiene is definitely bad. With the term menstruation as a normal fact, this is something we have been advocating since year 2014. I would say that this is a collective action and it's not only focused on as a foundation as UAid, but we as individuals, as big sisters, brothers, fathers, uncles, and mothers to work together and help our young people to have good knowledge when it comes to menstrual health and hygiene. This is something we should glow in. I say menstruation is my pride and I glow with it every month. Thank you, everyone.
do not only enjoy but learn something beneficial from the drama, both parents, UAid Foundation members, and the parents.
Aisha. Aisha, mana kata? Baramadale. Aisha, ni makan baramuti. Aisha, kana kumbo. Aisha, kana kumbo ide. Na ngi ma. Na. Ha na ngara officer. Aisha, kana kumbo ide. Ida para Aisha, ngara officer. Ha na re ngara officer na. Na be ma ko la inshallah. Na kana kumbo, akada mano man. Na sija. Si. Hamida para Aisha. Si. Ide. Iko mune kidimi. Kero kidimi. Hani amake sasa Aisha. Ni mu fengolti mi yanoko. Musu dunia kono. I never pass the through this. Nyimba soto la. Nyimu menstruation di kuro. Ika punye kuro. Ngalo ne inene momi karandala wala tina iko kumoga ika fo iba fala wala tina bari tenu ita kumola. You understand? You make a sasa di yemi mira. You fengolti mi yanoko. Dolbi je ika soto at the age of 11 musol. At the age of 11, dol at the age of 10. Ni sanji mo dolbi je sanji atang. Dolbi je 14 years independent. So ni na balon. You understand? But na isono. Amanke ko nyata sila le ka kumbo ka fa iba fara. Fengole mi yanoko nyete fa to potola. Ni fa nyata kontana na yemura. Nyata kontana la because ni ga tan ko sai ni te sita musu yala. You understand? Isa dimo soto no le sai. Sai wo fa ni alo ite nyata kontana le ko musu di parce que dolbi je mi alo ko ibukaji. Molbi je dolbi je ka problème wala soto ibuka menstruation no ni puro ibukaji. Bari sai ni te tara fu ikaji. Ni fa nyata kontana le sai. Sai ba minkela. Ndebe ma ko la eta e tunto ko ko ye fang senea ni pareda ye da suwo ni da suwo kon make sure ba ma ye dia ma yang ade be ma ko la because afana ay ni ko lon so ni da habe advice da ye ku gol ke yam so ide kana ko mo yam sa bi da jogo ni fang clean after da suwo ko yam kana ko mo ni da yam sata
Salam. Saya juga. Tapi ada berapa? Apa ni namanya dia pulau mana dia? Yang puru. Apa puru? Ini masih satu lagi ya. Mau jangan mau boleh mau ada jangan musuh. Musuh. Tengah lagi jadi logo cakap, dah jadi kita nak buat. Tak semula jadi kita apa jadi benda apa dia Itu bukan dalam suku ni kita watir. Ini dah bukan kaca. Kita main kollo. Ini nama kampanye. Saya sesuai ni kan. Jadi zaman ni kalau mama ni bukan sesuai ni kalau budak Aisyah. Kita kenapa ini tidak yang banta Aisyah? Hey, Aisyah apa dia tahu? Maka dah kita tidak kira. Kita apa? Aisyah ni dia apa? Aisyah ni dia apa? Ini ada pula ya tak? Itu tak kurang kumau pula kau yang pada. Jadi, ya. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Nama ni nak kiri ya? Aisyah kita ni. Saya kalau urut deh. Urut. Nama jadi urut lah. Ibu musuh. Anda tidak balas kuyang lah. Balas kuyang kalau wala kita. Ay urut. Jangan balas kuyang atau urut je lah. Kita banyak nak urut kan deh. Nah, yang dah sini lah yang saya bu Aisyah. Sudah tak balas demi yang lupa. Ini dia kamu dah ini dibuat sekolah. Ya bukan bola. Bari banyak nak apa? Kos, ya ada jurusi bawah. Aku mau kaji milih. Ay transfer untuk aku mau ya di. Soalnya tak boleh ay relax. Kita dia mau kandil daya. Ay adi. Ye buru kandil daya adi. Kuri tadi ni mau ye suka ay sumia. Ni antara pana. Kalau dia ye pas sangat ni dia pun pana. Nunjuk mau kami. Ye pun dota. Yo, pas. Bukan tengah tadi lagi nampak ni ya lo. Iko le cara ya. Kan juga kan. Aku dah buat lah. Nyawa tu, ya ke ila dulu so kalau deh. After ya, ila dulu ya. Ya, panggil malu kuat deh. Kalau dia tak minta kita kan sama malu. Saya panggil apa malu ya. Anu itu mi fay ka ko kana ko jakewol. Ay tanya ke ba as far as I kuroje. Adu ta ko la kewole. Anu ita da taraje o kewole ba ba ko. Ayo, saya manya ka so de so kan ka fay ko. Imanya ka ko jakewol. Because gar para kapal pa ga jelo mo. Ayo, saya ko na to saya sing may mi atani. Inya to ko la yang. O jalan sale yo. Adan sale. Aba sabat. Apa ra peso ya bro. Yo, eso fue a ver, yo apenas llegué a su party la mongo mi mongo mal. Aku suka boleh. Lu jangan nama kutu ayus. Bayus la sinyaki. Ibayus la every 3 hours ibayus la yang pun tapi itu pada daya. Ibayus la oleh nyama yang. Kaya apa ko para kaya. Ya berkembang ya bro. Okay. This is the end of our drama. I think you learned something beneficial from it. Yes, today is menstrual health hygiene day. So when we ask ourselves what is menstrual health and hygiene, menstrual health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, but not merely the absence of menstrual cramps. So you have to understand that. Ani mulai pada minde sirinja. Mo be ko ko mi ya lon ko. Ke wala mi ani ka involve mi am be musul ma ko la. Ibe kon senende ya nyami ni be menstrual so no ko. Mo manya na kambalo ni na because dol be mo mulula le ko lo musul ibe mo mulula le. So nyanda ka mol ma nyo ma ko la. Ngadi be kon senende la nyami. When we are seeing our menses. Thank you all for your time. Yeah, me along ko at muso pa mo na para me along ko imangkas ni ila ito mo le ko ni ka ko ha yung ikamala ka ko ito mo le dal anya ka kanyang nile because of the stigma attached to it. So do sit back, relax and enjoy the drama.
Boy, sao? Boy, what you give me, boy? You don't give one no telephone, boy. You need boy. Cha, boy. I don't know you look about boy. Boy, boy, this is serious, boy. Boy, you don't get is very dirty, boy. What you give me, boy? You class of a billion on the boy. Guy, boy. Ah, boy, you might not what I want to go best on the boy. Huh? You give me, boy. Cha, hey, okay, boy, hey. Come down, boy. You want a class of billion, they can see, can you? Tell me, you know what? Yeah, but I can't even have a kid. And okay, I'll come over and get a pound of lava. What a class of one idea in form of my own. Yeah, look at where Kuro Jacam, we part of Kuro, we take a board Jacam. He is very stressful. Look at your PJs, I can ask who was out of Sipala. And look at Takapuro, and I can advise the area of Yamana. Look at your PJ in Legend, but I can't because out of Sipala. I can't get a woman. You must sister that in America, soldier, and so I can advise what you got to be in a father. And look at your Yamaka, they are very sorry, the Carona, because all I can get is season and all that. Yes, you are not going to come to support her, Panganyadi boy. I feel about what you are not going to let them know. Yeah, no, bro, Toyala, you're good in the world. You know, so be support them. Yes, be support. I have a Pramalo because you are paying for the so you are going out from the Sarah. So I'm not going to fall in, you know, because you cannot solve when I pick up home. Don't get it. But we don't not coming out of baby, you know what I tell. Yeah, so I go Ako po rin, nagkakjaman na bigyan mo na parang diba yung tuboy. Ako nung bago yung foundation na nyo. Programa sa school dola, sa programa natin, wala pa na information sa kung ako ka nanguliyaman yung sipa na naman yung karamo ko. School ka na sa akin, wala ka din wala mapin. Ang muso hindi nga mapin, bang wala mapin. Kasi ito lang marapal, ito lang yung so, kung nga mapin ko yan. Yeah, so sister, so ini mak kual karam to nya mayam. So saya ke buat dia mak to dengan so ini kan kana madu. Na aku yang mak aku kemana oleh dia pamada kana mali jadi nama. Ini kuda demi ala kamu siapa ya. Awal bari jelo jiwa be ko data dia mak paham ni apa jadi saya sabar ya. Okay, lah.
The team making menstruation a normal fact of life, it is apt. Because menstruation is in fact a normal fact of life. The barriers to normal menstruation. The menstruation process also requires some basic necessities, such as having access to sanitary products, to water, a conducive environment, amongst others. But having access to sanitary products is not enough. Every girl child needs to be educated on how to use these products to avoid infections and also promote hygiene. Menstruation is a natural phenomenon. Thus, it should not be a taboo discourse in our societies. People should freely talk about menstruation to lessen, if not eradicate, the menstrual stigmatization. The discourse should start at the family level, and so everyone understands and thereby support those that undergoes the process. Menstruation should not be a taboo discourse, and like I said, the support of the family and every other person is important. From the boy child to the girl that undergoes the process, everybody needs to be educated in it so that the girl child will feel comfortable in the environment that she lives in. So menstruation should not be a reason why a girl child cannot go to school, because education, we all know, is a human right. So your natural, phenomenon of undergoing menstruation should not be a reason why you cannot go to school. Every girl or woman should undergo her period with dignity. So we all have a role to play, most especially the family, the school, NGOs like UAid Foundation, and the government. I must commend UAid Foundation for the job they are doing on menstruation, and seeing men taking the lead to talk about menstruation means that men can talk about menstruation, and in fact, men should talk about menstruation. So, I will conclude with the quotation that periods are not gross, too weird, or inappropriate to talk about. So every child should menstruate freely without her dignity being compromised. I thank you all for your kind attention.
My name is Marizan and the wonderful soul named Mendy, and I have a poem to read entitled Menstrual Hygiene. Once early Monday morning, the tendency of unusual bleeding, cramps, pimples, sore breast woke me up in tears, fear and pain. I reached Mom. Mommy, mommy, mommy. I cried the bleeding. I never knew the bleeding. I hushed into myself. An obligation, an insulation, and a confusion. I shed tears in pain, sorrow and shame, all day in continuation, till I will monopause in sanitary towels each month with the little money I have. That is the end of my poem. Thank you all for your wonderful kind attention.
My name is Aisat Ba, a student from Sotokai in the Basic Cycle School. I would like to deliver a speech on time to talk about periods. Discussion of menstruation is largely taboo in our society. The stigma around it has resulted in a lack of information being shared between generations, particularly around the basic do's and don'ts when a girl begins her period. Research shows that at least 70% of girls in the Gambia do not know anything about menstruation before their first period. What message show what? What is the need for them to know if their mothers and grandmothers never did? It is in fact crucial for girls to learn about menstrual cycle. The lack of awareness around her first period can put a young girl, sometimes as young as 11, through mental trauma and fear over what is happening to her, combined with sense of shame. We often hide the fact from our family members, teachers, friends, and others because of the stigma attached to it. I have often been asked about the need for a girl to talk to more people or speak about the subject subject opening, I will respond with a simple question. What is the need to make a girl feel inadequate because of her gender? Why should we subject my fellow young girls mind to mental? Troubles of dealing with physical change and monthly occurrence that we have to hide. Such selective views or notions and practices not only expose us to infections but also create feeling of inadequacy. The results have shown that we the girls miss school for 48 days in an academic year because we lack sanitary napkins and ideas to keep ourselves clean while menstruation. This has greatly affected our academic performance. There is a strong need to each of us to openly talk about periods. Let's take period and no longer stay silent. Access to information, not a period shaming. Periods are normal, so I thank you all.
My name is Jara Seri. I am from Gado School for the Deaf Dukama. I'm very happy for the invitation. I've seen the program and it was going very well. We call it hearing and the deaf people, we are all integrated here. I'm very, very happy about that. Yes, the topic that you are talking about the menstrual hygiene is very, very important. So when the people are doing the drama, I was in there thinking about this carefully. Yes, sometimes in our school, our teachers teach us about the menstruation. But sometimes before I entered school, my parents never talked to me about menstruation. So that time I don't even know about menstruation. But for the first time when I experienced menstruation, I was very afraid. I asked my teacher, what is this? And the teacher called her private and the teacher started to explain to her. From there, when I reached at home, I met my father, my mother rather, because my mother never told me about this. So I asked my mother, what is this? So my mother told me that now you are no more a child. You are no more a child now, you are an adult. So my mother told me that now you have to be very careful now. You have to be very careful, never follow these boys. Because in future it's important to you. I thank you each and every one of you.
Their contribution in facilitating the understanding of girls in menstrual hygiene. The foundation has long-standing partners to Burfoot Law Basic School through provision of sanitary pads to girls. It's a manifestation of what UAid Foundation is practicing and then encouraging girls to do. UAid Foundation professionally for their role in sensitizing and educating girls of Burfoot Law Basic School on good hygienic menstrual practices. I would also like to thank the students for their poems and plays recited and acted here today. I am confident that a lot has been learned from the poems and plays. You can see that the children came here and then they performed. You have learned and then you have seen what they have done. It's great. Good. I would also like to thank members of the community for their attendance and then the time that to grace this important occasion. On behalf of the head teacher, staff, and people of Burfoot Law Basic School, we wish to thank everyone who is in one way or the other made this occasion successful. I also ask Allah to bless the efforts of UAid Foundation and then in the attendance of their objectives. I thank you all for your kind attention. Thank you so much.